What's up, everybody? It's Miguel. Sort of back at it again. My mirror's kind of crooked. Old lady walking. Today, I kind of want to talk about a topic that was brought up once again by Super B. He's talking about how his brother has an automatic motorcycle. And I kind of just wanted to talk about that slash automatic cars slash with an extra slash on it, you know. Let me slip through, do a little bit of this. This guy wants me to get in here. He was saying that his brother got an automatic motorcycle, and it's kind of like it's kind of controversial, you know, because whatever, you get a sort of a bad rap for having an automatic motorcycle, and people looking at you like, it kind of to me is like depending on what kind of bike you get. So if you don't get like a 600 or higher, depending on, like, if you're getting a super sport, if you're getting a sport bike and you don't get like a 600 or higher, then people are saying certain things about you. Well, that's what it seems like most of the time. And that's for like an automatic compared to a manual motorcycle. Is that, what's wrong with you? You ain't man enough. What you gonna be doing, huh? Ooh. I can't even see what's going on over there. That type of thing. They stopped hard to make that right turn, man. Yeah. That was a CBR 250, I think. Anyway, so my thought on automatic anything is that I think the first thing you should do when you learn how to ride a bike, which is already what you do, but before I get into that, when I first was about to learn how to ride, and I didn't know anything about shifting gears. I knew something about shifting gears from cars, but I wasn't good at that, and I was worried about stalling out and all that stuff like that. And then I found out about automatic bikes, but I found out about only electric automatic bikes. So, well, electric bike, you don't have any gears, pull the throttle, and you're good to go. And so, off of that, I was thinking, man, I should get me an electric bike. Then I started looking at the prices, and I was like, man, I'm not gonna be able to get me an electric bike. But my thought pattern was, if I get an electric bike, then I don't have to worry about none of the throttle stuff. I don't have to worry about none of the shifting gear stuff. I could just roll the throttle and I'm good to go, and I get better fuel consumption because I'm not using any fuel, but I would get better miles, I guess. Maybe it gets better miles. I think it gets better miles and all that, but the price of it is what, like the lowest one I've ever seen was like 70 grand. Like, man, I ain't got 70 grand. That's a car. That's a SUV. That's a luxury car. So I ain't got nothing for that. So that wound up being a no-no, and so I had to switch to obviously being on a manual bike. And to me, that brings up the idea that when I went to get a car, when I went to first learn how to drive a car and all that, the only option was there, for the most part, was like when you taking driver's course, the only option there is automatic, and then to take the test you would have to get somebody else that has a manual to drive that. And so I thought, manual is the harder one to do. Like, you can't know anything about driving a car Learn how to drive an automatic, and then somebody hands you a stick shift and you could just take it off the lot. You know, just like a motorcycle. You could hop on that electric motorcycle or bicycle, and as soon as somebody give it to you, you can just take off. But if it's a shifter, if you have a shifter there and you gotta work the clutch and all that stuff, you're gonna be stalling out. You're gonna be kind of confused and all that stuff. So I always thought that, especially when it came to cars, like the best way to start off, the best way to learn is to learn with a manual, and then after that you get your license and all that stuff like that, you got it down, then just do whatever the hell you want after that. But the initial should be a manual. Now I know motorcycle, like I said before, motorcycles standard is a manual, so there's no question about that. But for cars, you get an automatic. I think that's kind of a problem, because like I said, you drive a car that's automatic, you can't straight hop into a stick shift and know what the hell you're doing. But if you do a stick shift and then for some reason you have to drive a manual, you have to drive an automatic, then it's a piece of cake. You know, it's like killing two birds with one stone off of learning a stick shift. But if you just learn automatic, then you got, you got two lessons to learn instead of just one. But as far as getting an automatic bike, I was like, yeah, I would have did that. And it's a good thing to me. It's a good thing I didn't, because majority of motorcycles aren't automatics. And I would have, somebody would be like, hey, you want to ride my bike? We swap bikes? Yeah. And then I can't go nowhere because I don't know what the hell I'm doing, shifting gears and stuff. So, that's just my thoughts on it. I don't think it's a right or wrong. I do think you should at least learn how to drive a manual first, which his brother knew how to drive. So, but that's it for that. So if you guys catch me on the streets anywhere, make sure you shoot me a heads up display, and I'll talk to you guys later. Give me a head nod. Up. There you go.